ladies and gentlemen, Miss Leslie Uggam.
Now I'm a brass band, I'm a harpsichord, I'm a clarinet. I'm the Philadelphia Orchestra, I'm the modern jazz quartet. I'm Yasha Heifetz, also Horowitz, a wild Count Basie Black. And all kinds of music is pouring out of me, 'cause somebody loves me at last. Now with a fanfare on the trumpet and a roll up on the drum, we're about to tell you where we're coming from.
From Biscayne Boulevard in Miami, Florida, it's the 54th Annual Orange Bowl Parade with your host, Joe Garagiola, co-host Leslie Uggams, and Grand Marshals Steve Allen and Jane Meadows, with appearances by Golden Girl Estelle Getty, the star of television's Webster, Emmanuel Lewis, Olympic gold medalist Cheryl Miller, country singing sensation Eddie Rabbitt, Broadway star Leroy Reams, and from Family Ties, Tina Yothers. Plus special New Year's greetings from Ed Asner, Sandy Duncan, Sherman Hemsley, Robin Leach, and Vanna White.
On Monday, I'm Peter Pan and I'm flying. On Tuesday, in a circus, I'm training a lion. On Wednesday, I'm doing the hula, 'cause I'm Hawaiian. And I can do it all without even trying. Thursday, I play my concertina. Friday, I'm a ballerina. Saturday, I'm working on the NATO alliance. Sunday, I'm the quarterback with the New York Giants. I'm the bells of St. Peter's in Rome. I'm tissue paper on a comb. I am all kinds of music and all kinds of fun. Our wealth of fantasy has just begun. So take it away, Joe, on with the show.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Garagiola. This year's Orange Bowl Parade is called A Wealth of Fun and Fantasy, and I'm standing with our Grand Marshals, Jane Meadows and Steve Allen. Steve, as of right now, your last book is called How to Be Funny.
How to Be Funny, right.
Okay, now how will that help you be a Grand Marshal?
Well, I plan to fall off my float within the first 100 yards, and Jane will get a sight laugh on that. No, I don't think it has any relevance, but Jane will be in charge of smiling. She has a great smile, and I'm one of the great wavers.
Happy New Year, Joe, and to everybody in Miami and the world. And, it's going to be, 1988 is going to be the best yet.
Great. Happy New Year to you. Enjoy, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay, and now here's a man who has proven that there is room for religion in prime time. Sherman Hemsley.
You don't have to be a deacon to know the two basic commandments for New Year's Eve. Number one, never blow one of these into the face of a guy named Bubba. And second and most important commandment of all, thou shalt drive home safely tonight. Amen. Happy New Year, everybody.
There's something irresistible about JCPenney's semi-annual foundation sale. Maybe the attraction is all that lovely lingerie, a whole department on sale. With every bra, brief, bikini, slips, camisoles, teddies, all 25 to 30% off. It's only natural for people to get carried away. Abby! The semi-annual foundation sale.
You're looking smart as a rabbit at JCPenney.
Dodge Dakota 4x4. When you consider that it comes loaded with the best truck warranty on or off the road, more available payload than any competitive compact 4x4 in the country, and a fuel-injected V6 engine S10 and Ranger charge extra for, it's easy to see. Only one size 4x4 has it all. It's gotta be the mid-size Dodge Dakota.
Now get 7-7 financing or $770 cash on selected Dodge cars and trucks in stock.
Welcome back to America's biggest nighttime spectacle, the Orange Bowl Parade from Miami, Florida. Now, our theme this year is a wealth of fun and fantasy, and I tell you, I feel like a millionaire already by having this talented young lady you just saw sitting next to me as my co-host, and I'm talking about Leslie Uggams. Leslie, you were terrific out there.
Oh, you're a sweetheart. Thank you, Joe. And it's easy to get into the spirit of things because definitely it's party time down on that boulevard.
It is party time. And here's our first float of the evening. It's from Ryder System. It's called the Marching Huskies, the band from Des Moines, Iowa, the Hoover High School band.
And their 117 members are under the direction of Terry Hanslick, and they're just one of the top high school marching bands from around the nation that we'll be seeing and listening to tonight.
Now we have the float. It's our first float, and it's from Ryder System, and it's called Gateway to Knowledge.
And if I read this float right, they're talking about the importance of words. From the basic alphabet to the dictionary and encyclopedia, all the elements of learning are beautifully displayed here. Joe, were you a good speller in school?
So, Leslie, really. Actually, there were only two things, I got to be honest with you, in spelling that gave me trouble.
What's that?
Vowels and consonants.
Oh, I see. Well, what was the turning point in learning to spell?
That's easy. Once I got to learn how to spell Garagiola, and I was 17 years old when I knew that, everything else was easy. Right now, another award-winning musical group, and this is directed by Greg Gajownik. It's the Heritage High School Patriot Band. It's 124 members strong, and they're from Conyers, Georgia.
And these kids have appeared in a major parade every year since 1981. Let's listen.
Are taking us beneath the ocean for a conch fantasy.
And this float is breathtaking. A 25-foot by 10-foot face mask is at the center, surrounded by various underwater fish and plant life, and even some sunken treasure.
Sunken treasure sounds like my stock portfolio this past October.
Well, Florida's got the perfect remedy for anyone with the Wall Street blues. It's got fantastic scuba diving, swimming, windsurfing, and sailing.
This year's Wealth of Fun and Fantasy is this float from Glendale Federal, and it's called Rainbow's End. And I tell you, it's a scene that's literally overflowing with gold.
And riding this float is one of Golden Girls from television, Estelle Getty. Estelle, how are you doing out there?
I'm doing just great. This is more fun than I ever anticipated. I'm here on behalf of a quarter of the Golden Girls, and it's so nice to know that our show, which comes from California, is set in Florida. I have lots of friends and relatives here, and I'm just delighted to be here. This is more fun than I can imagine. I love you all. Happy New Year to everybody here in New York, California, all over the country. And this is just more fun than I ever expected it to be.
Okay, Estelle, thank you very much. Cheer up, though, next time. And now we're going to shift from gold to another royal color with a little help from the Jackson High School Purple Army Band from Massillon, Ohio.
The 240 band members are under the direction of Timothy DiStefano. Now, they may be playing Ohio State's Buckeye Battle Cry.
Lots of unusual styles, and tonight, no exception. Here's Vanna White.
Thank you, Joe and Leslie. I'd like to wish everyone a Happy New Year. And to all my friends down in Miami tonight, I've got a special message for you. Have a good New Year's Day.
GM meets your challenge.
Put another nickel in. Their giant jukebox. Leslie, I'll tell you what, pick out your favorite song.
I'll do better than that, Joe. I'll pick out one of my favorite singers. It's country superstar Eddie Rabbitt with his latest hit, I Want to Dance With You.
Okay, Eddie, and that lady in front was Janine, Eddie's wife. Right now, from rabbits to a species that's not quite as cuddly, is the Miami Herald with Alligator Adventure.
Those sightseers in the airboat up front don't seem to realize it's feeding time in the Everglades, and they're about to become hors d'oeuvres.
Ah, yes, the catch of the day. Reminds me of the great Satchel Paige always said, don't look back, something might be gaining on you.
Funny, I heard Senator Joe Biden say the very same thing a few months ago.
That doesn't surprise me. I'll tell you, the only guy he hasn't quoted is Yogi Berra, and even politicians can't quote the Yogi. From Sunbury, Pennsylvania, it's the Shikellamy Marching Braves.
If they look confident in front of the camera, it's because they've recently been featured in some local television commercials. Their 155 members are under the baton of Danny Schneider. But it pays off.
Every year, but there's nothing like a nighttime parade. Beautiful. entitled The Color of Action, and who better to capture all the color of sporting events than Eastman Kodak.
And riding this float is one of the most skillful women athletes of the decade. She was an All-American basketball player 4 straight years, helping the University of Southern California to 2 national championships. And she was a gold medalist in the 1984 Olympic Games. Cheryl Miller. How you doing, Cheryl?
I am doing fine. Happy New Year! Happy New Year, everyone!
Cheryl,
Can you hear us out there?
I surely can hear you. Yes, I can.
What are your plans for the new year?
Well, my New Year's resolution is to win another gold medal in the Seoul Olympics.
Cheryl, since you're such a winner, how about tomorrow's game between the Miami Hurricanes and Oklahoma? Who are you picking?
Now, you know, I could get in a lot of trouble for saying this, but I have to go with Oklahoma.
All right.
I love Miami. Don't get me wrong. I love Miami. They're going to be tough to beat at home.
Okay, thank you very much, Cheryl.
Happy New Year, Cheryl.
Thank you very much.
Look at that.
That is fabulous. I can do that with a spoon in the kitchen.
Well, from the spoon in the kitchen, here's a group that you just could never get angry with. The Niceville High School Band.
That's right. They're from Niceville, Florida, about 240 miles north of here. And they're under the direction of Tom Fitzpatrick.
And as my mother would say, play nice, kids, play nice. Newspaper editor or a high school principal, Ed Asner has always spoken his mind, and I tell you, tonight's no exception. Happy New Year, Ed.
Some people have suggested it would be out of character for me to wish you New Year's greetings, that I'm cynical and unsentimental. Nothing could be further from the truth. As a matter of fact, New Year's Eve is one of the most meaningful holidays in our household. A time for renewal and rededication. Joe, Leslie, I'd be happy to help you celebrate it. When is it this year?
From the glitter of Hong Kong, the quiet beauty of Kyoto. From the lovely island of Maui come the inspirations for my Susie Wan dinners. Just add your shrimp, beef, or chicken to my long grain rice, unique spice.
Biggest nighttime parade, and with that crowd, Leslie, let me tell you, they estimate 500,000 people watching this parade.
Oh my goodness, we better be good, Joe. Right now, the Barnett Bank float entitled Liberty for All features television's own Webster, Emmanuel Lewis, singing a patriotic medley.
This is my country, land of my birth. This is my country, grandest on earth. I pledge my allegiance, America, the vote. For this is my country to have and to hold. The land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heartbeat true near the red, white, and blue. When there's never a thought or brag, but should all acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag.
All right.
All right. I pledge my allegiance.
small in numbers, but they sure have a distinctive look and a sound, Leslie.
It's the John Ford Highland Pipe Band, and they're from your hometown, Joe.
That's right, St. Louis, Missouri. First in shoes, first in booze, and I'll tell you, from the looks of this group, though, second and third in kneecaps. The city of Miami presents our next float. It's called Light Up Miami.
That's also the name of a dazzling new light show here that's beamed from a dozen major buildings all over town.
And I tell you, it's amazing to see how Miami has grown over the years, and this light show is just one of the events that makes it such a special city. It is really something. Right now, from Zeeland, Michigan, it's the Zeeland High School Marching Band, and let's hear it for the Chicks.
Joe, are you being chauvinistic?
No. You see, chicken was once Zeeland's major source of livelihood, so they named the high school football team the Chicks. C-H-I-X.
Ah, now I understand. And I also understand why you float spelling.
Nice going.
Let's listen to this band under the direction of Dan Rietsma.
Got to be the most fun. It's from Sears, and it's called Funhouse.
Oh, I love this one too, Joe. It's got a giant jack-in-the-box with surprise boxing gloves, a funhouse, giant colored lollipops, and all the toys any kid could want. Where else could you find so many zany characters just clowning around?
Hey, why don't you try this year's presidential race? That's a carnival if I ever saw one.
I guess it just proves there's a little kid in each of us trying to get out.
Or in the case of Gary Hart, trying to get back in. Right now, here are 203 youngsters of a different feather. It's the Newton High School Marching Eagles from Newton, Illinois.
They're under the direction of Carolyn Dominic, and this band not only looks and sounds smart, they are smart as well. Almost half of them are on the high school honor roll.
Coming up, including the exciting University marching bands from Miami and Oklahoma. And we'll be back with more of tonight's Orange Bowl celebration right after these messages from your local station.
This is Johnny Carson inviting all you party animals to our annual singing dog contest New Year's Eve. Dress code, you don't need a tux, but bring your tail.
Is there reason to believe Robert Conrad's a killer?
Beginning to think there is.
Only Starbuck can break his alibi.
What are you trying to pull off? Starting to enjoy myself.
J.J. Starbuck, Saturday.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brad Wright, and coming up on Channel 5 News tonight at 10, a Dallas teacher who's charged with molesting one of his students says he's being asked to prove his innocence. The new year will bring new hope to Texans who need organ transplants. A new law takes effect that should make more organs available. And the Longhorn Ballroom in Dallas is greeting the new year with a new future. It reopens tonight. We hope you'll join us at 10.
Want one good reason to go to Showbiz Pizza? Showbiz Pizza, where a kid can be a kid.
An outrigger canoes all surrounding a regal-looking Polynesian king. Just look at that fantastic headdress he's wearing.
Look at it. I'd hate to have that guy sit in front of me in a movie theater.
You're right, Joe. I think he's been visiting Patti LaBelle's hairdresser.
All right. And there it is. That's what it's all about. Tropical days followed by fabulous nights. It's the Castle High School Marching Knights from Newburgh, Indiana. 196 in all, directed by Jerry Reese.
They got here to their first major parade the old-fashioned way. They ended by selling candy bars. I'm sure all the children in town love that.
And to say nothing of the Newburgh Dental Association, did they love it? Looks like we get a second trip underneath the sea tonight. The Port of Miami is taking us on an aquatic adventure.
And at the center of the float, you can see two bathing beauties swimming around that dramatic formation of coral. And right and back there are four more young women riding seahorses.
I tell you, I had no idea that's what was at the bottom of the sea. No wonder Jacques Cousteau spent so much time down there.
Hey, the guy is French, Joe.
Good point, Leslie, good point. Take a good look at this next float. It's from Eastern Airlines, and it's called Jewels in the Sun. It's more like a giant three-dimensional travel brochure.
And the jewels they're talking about are the fabulous vacation islands of the Caribbean. This float is filled with colorful costumes and music of those places.
The Bahamas and Aruba, Antigua, St. Thomas, Martinique,
Barbados, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and Trinidad. Woo! You can almost feel the tropical sun shining down, can't you, Joe?
Yeah, I better get my hat on, Leslie. Those islands aren't going to be the only thing sparkling around here. Pennsylvania, it's the Downingtown High School Blue and Gold Band.
Brent Lewis is the director, and the 170 members of the band sold cheese and sausages and hoagie sandwich to help finance their trip here to Florida.
Cheese, sausage, and hoagies. That's an Italian diet plate. I love it. Manja, manja. The theme for this year's parade is a wealth of fun and fantasy. You mentioned the word wealth. Sooner or later, you're going to get a visit from this fellow, Robin Leach.
Once again, the city of Miami, sunny playground for leisure and pleasure, is host to the dazzling King Orange Jamboree, an event so spectacular it's prompted me to come up with a new series next season. I think I'll call it Lifestyles of the Original Party Animals. I hope you'll be watching, but until then, I'm Robin Leach with champagne wishes and caviar dreams for a very happy New Year.
Dodge Dakota 4x4. When you consider that it comes loaded with the best truck warranty on or off the road, more available payload than any competitive compact 4x4 in the country, and a fuel-injected V6 engine S10 and Ranger charge extra for, it's easy to see. Only one size 4x4 has it all. It's gotta be the mid-size Dodge Dakota.
Now get 7/7 financing or $770 cash on selected Dodge cars and trucks in stock.
Just give me honest work at honest pay, honest sweat from honest play, and when I'm through, that's when I'll say, I want my clean as real as ivory. It's gotta be 99.44. I want my clean as real as ivory. Nothing less, nothing more. I want my clean as real as ivory. It's gotta be pure, that's for sure. I want my clean as real as ivory.
When you taste new Pringles Idaho Ripple Potato Chips, you better fasten your taste buds and get ready for a Pringles like you've never had before. Prepare yourself now for the only ridge chip made from 100% Idaho potatoes. So amazingly hearty, so outrageously crunchy. The taste is out of this world. New Idaho Ripple Potato Chips in original taco and cheddar and French onion flavors. So overwhelmingly delicious, you better fasten your taste buds.
Kick off the new year with NBC at the Fiesta Bowl when Florida State faces Nebraska. And the USC Trojans take on Michigan State in the Rose Bowl. Then it's the battle for the national championship. As
from Miami, Florida, and I'll tell you, just in case there's any doubt about pride in the local football team, this next group should erase that, Leslie.
Oh, boy, I'll say. It's the University of Miami band from nearby Coral Gables under the direction of William Russell.
Let's listen. Tomorrow, their football team, the Miami Hurricanes, battle the University of Oklahoma Sooners in the Orange Bowl for the national championship.
And that follows the Rose Bowl right here on NBC.
shows us just what it takes to be a success in life. Their float is called A Little Know-How.
And riding it is a little dynamo, 13-year-old Yannette Moyel, a ninth grader here in Miami. Get ready, because this little girl can sing.
I may be unknown, but wait till I float. You're gonna hear from me. Fortune smiled on the road before me. I'm fortune's child. Listen, world, you can't ignore me. I've got a song that longs to be played. Raise up my flag, begin my parade. Let's watch the world over, start coming up closer. That's how it's gonna be, you'll see, 'cause you're gonna hear
Only 13 years old. What a voice. Thank you, Yannette. Now, this next float has got to be the most elegant one we'll see tonight. It's from Burdines, and it's called Florida Fantasy.
It's an incredible blending of pink and white satin. 3 pink flamingos rotate over a garden of palm trees, flowers, and bathing beauties. The women alongside wear headdresses made of satin, sequins, and mirrors.
It sounds like materials from Don Johnson's dressing room.
And they're all guarded by a 12-foot-long white satin alligator and white satin macaws.
And I understand they're on loan from the famous Fredericks of Hollywood Zoo in Los Angeles. Well, hang on to your seats. Now, the Miami band had the home boulevard advantage, but here they come. Protect your ears. Put away the women and children. It's the Pride of Oklahoma Marching Band.
Yes, and there are 294 members under the direction of Gene Thrayakill. And if I'm not mistaken, they're a tad pumped up for that big game tomorrow.
You're not mistaken, Leslie. This is what I call an industrial strength marching band. Let's listen. float from Lipton is called Stairway to the Stars, and it features a flowing stairway that has 45 steps to it.
And the man performing on the top of the float has millions of steps in his repertoire. He's one of the most talented performers on the Broadway stage, or anywhere else for that matter. Here's Leroy Ream.
First of the year, I know that this very minute has history in it. We're here. It's a time for making man.
during tomorrow's Orange Bowl halftime program. Leslie, you're going to be performing there too, right?
Yes, I am.
We look forward to it. Right now, though, Biscayne Boulevard is taking on the flavor of Rio de Janeiro, and it's all because of this next float.
Jordan Marsh's Fantasy of Festivals is a celebration by one great party, our own Orange Bowl Parade, and of another great party, Mardi Gras.
Oh, I love the two-party system, don't you? Really, they've got a lot in common. Spectacular floats and costumes and great music.
And, Joe, see the figure in the middle?
You mean the one that's modeling that Fruit of the Loom headwear?
That's an image of Carmen Miranda, Joe. She is 22 feet high, making this the tallest float ever in this parade.
Well, here's a welcome addition to any festival, Sandy Duncan.
Hi, Joe and Leslie. Your Orange Bowl Parade looks terrific. If you don't mind, I just want to wish all of our viewers Happy New Year. I'm going to start with the A's. The Aaron family, the Abbott family, the Atchisons, the Adams. Happy New Year. The Agees, the Allisons, the Appletons, the Atwaters.
Louis Rich breast turkey. So lean, so light. Slice it for tonight.
Wow, turkey.
For tomorrow.
Wow, turkey.
Anytime. Carved and cooked whole from the bird. Its natural shape says it's juicy and delicious. Louis Rich makes turkey so easy, so tonight.
Turkey.
So luscious. So light. It took Louis Rich to make turkey so right.
It's a winter wonderland at the JCPenney Winter White Sale. All our soft, fluffy comforters, blankets, sheets, and pillows. Our entire line 10 to 50% off. You'll save on a great selection of curtains and draperies, and our entire line of bath accessories and towels, as beautiful as new fallen snow. A wonderland of values for your home at the JCPenney Winter White Sale.
Parade coming to you from Miami, Florida. And you're watching the Trinity Valley Community College Marching Band, directed by David Brodnax.
And their drill team, the Cardettes, will be performing at tomorrow's Orange Bowl halftime program.
Sound of music and laughter explode everywhere. Hear the drums, the clarinet. All the pretty girls like to sit and make the float the greatest yet. And let the grand marches go a-rolling up the avenue ahead of the big parade. And there are flags, pretty costumes, clouds, and giant balloons. Filling the highway and all coming my way. It's so grand that you sit in the stand, feeling the magic as they strike up the band. It's like a grandiose charade to see the grand marshals in the big parade.
Hey, we're ready, and here they are, the grand marshals of tonight's parade, Steve Allen and his wife, Jane Meadows.
It's so grand that you sit in the stand, feeling the magic as they strike up the band. It's like a grandiose charade.
That song is called the Grand Marshal March, and it was written specially for this parade by Dan McNamara. Now, Dan's retiring in a couple of days after 36 years of service on the Orange Bowl Committee. The past 14 years as the executive director, currently as the executive vice president, and none of us can begin to know what it takes to successfully produce two events as complex as the parade and the halftime show. And there you see Dan. Dan has done all that, and he's done it in style, and he's done it with savvy. Great job, Dan. You'll be missed by all.
We love you, Dan.
And while we're at it, let's salute another member of our Orange Bowl Parade family. Completing his 20th year as a musical director, Milton DeLugg. Milton, we love you. Now here's a float with an international flavor. It's from my old friends at Busch Garden, and it's called A Faraway Delight.
Now let's see. There are pandas from China, a tiger from India, a giraffe, and a gorilla from Africa.
And don't forget those one-of-a-kind Clydesdales from St. Louis.
Uh-huh. They're simply magnificent. And I see that Tarzan and Jane are taking time off from the jungle.
And they got a beautiful float, but it all hinges on the Clydesdales. Will they walk?
They're watching the crowd, Joe. They don't want to move.
Well, there's 500,000 people watching them. Tarzan, Jane.
And there's Jane. And
where's Cheetah?
we need Cheetah out there to get the Clydesdales going.
That's a friendly-looking guy. Maybe we should have put a sign on those Clydesdales, batteries not included.
Oh, my goodness. We might have to send some food out there or something.
The big guy's just looking around.
Here they go.
I think they're going, yes. They hooked up a jumper cable to somebody. The majestic Clydesdales. Now our final band tonight. That's the Spartan Marching Band from Miami Southridge High School.
There are 160 members, and they're being led by Philip Polson. These kids have been waiting for a while to get out here on the street, and now they are showing their stuff.
Treated to a wealth of fun and fantasy, but coming up is a wealth of beauty and poise. It's time to meet the 1988 Orange Bowl Queen and her court.
And the float that they're riding is simply stunning. It's done in an Art Deco style with touches of Tiffany stained glass at the front and at the back.
All the stained glass in the world isn't going to draw attention away from these 5 beautiful young women. And the Royal Court, well, they consist of Lorraine Brennan, Rhonda Kerr, Laura Rogers, and Laura Sheets.
And the Queen herself, a student at the University of Miami from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Lillian Wilkashinsky.
Poise and beauty. Well, as the 54th Orange Bowl Parade in 1987 both come to an end, we look forward to next year.
That's right, celebrating tonight across the country. Please take care of yourselves, your loved ones as well.
So, Happy New Year. Drive carefully. Good night, everybody.
Happy New Year.